A strange new toy has taken the world by storm. Artificials are robot animals that come in all shapes and sizes. But these popular robo-pets have a strange secret. Some humans are able to combine with artificials to gain spectacular power. The organization, Hominids Opposing Artificials, desires to put an end to all robo-pets. Kitsuki Rowan, Rumi Peppercorn, Midoriya Kai, and Han No must band together to protect the artificials against this menace.
So we're starting, as we so often do, at PetSpy. You all are doing your shitty team things.
Mm-hmm.
Because you take every opportunity to remind me that you're all shitty teams, except Rumi.
I wanted to talk a
But
little bit about what
Kitsugi-
Han's doing, but yeah.
Actually, yeah, let's open with that, because I'm going to interrupt stuff with Arc, so yeah.
Alright, so Han is trying to learn how to ride rollerblades in the back.
Perfect spot to do
He's
this.
falling a lot.
Anyways, as you, I guess three, because Han is out back.
Yep.
As you three are in the store, Arc steps out of his office and says, Kitsugi, I need to talk to you for a second. Can you come here?
Yes, and like she's like kind of like looks up like, wait, what?
She has AirPods in, she can't hear him.
Oh God, no, she's AirPods, she can't hear you. Yeah, she'll come over.
So he just ushers you into the office, and as he's sitting down, he says, so I'm trying my best to keep an open mind. I'm sure you have your reasons for doing this, but they better be pretty good reasons. He then pulls up a YouTube video and plays a clip of you punching DJ Beats in the chest and drawing blood. So
Where did
you can take as long as you want to answer me, but I want to know, why did you do this?
Where did you get that?
I just found it on YouTube. It was trending. It has like 10 million views.
She's gonna sort of like takes a deep breath and sighs, kind of
Is
like,
it monetized? They better cut you a check. Also, those are just special effects. Those are just YouTube special effects, my dude.
right? So like, she like, as soon as there's a chair in the office, she like just kind of like slumps into it. Okay, I went out there because someone said that DJ Beats, who is this guy who I kind of was acquainted with, I guess it's complicated, needed my help, and I wanted to see what was up, so I went out there, and it turns out he did need my help. Do you remember the weird guy with the something about Club Penguin? I don't know. He's like design things. I don't
Yes,
know. Like,
I remember Lewis.
yeah, that guy. I'm sure that he has a name, but he was there and he attacked me, so I freaked out and did the magical girl thing, and yeah, then he just kind of left, and I was confused until I found out that actually he was only there as a favor to DJ Beats, who wanted to see if it was real, and then tried to get me to give him my suit and stuff, which, by the way, I'm not sure is physically possible. I think it can't really do that. I don't know. I haven't really asked questions about that, and honestly, I don't want you to explain it because my head will hurt. But I said no, and he was pushy, and then he wouldn't leave me alone. I didn't mean to hurt him. I just pushed him to make him leave me alone because he was all over me, and I already asked him to go away. He was a weird creeper. She looks really, really defeated about that.
Okay. That makes sense. I believe you, and I'm not upset. But
who's filming it?
I was going to get to that. But first we need to have a discussion about proportionality.
Okay.
We need to train you how to defend yourself against civilians without hurting them, at least not this badly.
That's probably fair. I didn't know that I could do that. It was kind of scary, honestly.
So he pulls out like a carton of eggs. He says, what I'm going to do is hold this as high up as I can and drop it, and you have to catch it without cracking the egg.
Shouldn't he be transformed for this? Because we don't have super strength normally.
We'll get to that. He's explaining the setup first. You also have to have your palm down. You can't just hold it. You can't just hold your hand out and catch the egg. You have to swat at it to grab it.
I'm gonna be real with you, boss. That sounds extremely dumb, but I can do that. I mean, I can try to do it.
We have to work on controlling your strength. You have to be able to move quickly without doing too much, without moving too forcefully. As he picks up the whole carton of eggs, Midori, I don't know exactly what you were planning, but I feel like now would be a good time.
She's within earshot of Ark, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so Midori closes her 3DS, gets up and stretches. Like, alright, well, it's been fun slacking off, but I think it's time to get to work. I gotta take things seriously now.
Ark still holds the egg. Goes, wait. Did you hear that? I'll get back to your thing in a second. I'm just gonna listen for a bit.
Does Ark just peek out the door?
Yeah, door's open. Ark is poking his head around.
Midori's out the front door of the store.
Wait!
Yeah, what's up?
You just... Are you leaving?
Yeah, I just said I gotta get to work, so I'm going to my job.
You...
Don't you work here?
Ark drops the carton of eggs.
No, actually, I work in Tease a Crowd. Just got the job the other day, and I'm excited to get to it.
I could have sworn you worked here. Do I work here?
Yes.
I am getting paid, right? This is an
Yes.
actual business, right?
You work here. She works here.
No,
Midori,
I fight crime.
Honestly, Midori, it's a miracle you have one job. How do you have two?
No, I just have the... Well, okay. To be fair, fighting crime is pretty tough, so you know what? You're right. That's definitely a job.
How come she gets to have two jobs?
I mean, you'd have two jobs if you work here and also fight crime.
Oh, dang, you're right.
Oh my god. It's impossible to play an authority figure around you all. Hey, look, Midori, I've been cutting you a lot of slack because you don't do a whole lot while you're around here. But, like, you could have told me you were trying to find a job somewhere else. Or hell, if you just wanted stuff to do, I could have finally given you more stuff around here to do.
You're not my mom. I don't have to tell you everything I do.
Hey, spoilers, you don't have to tell them everything you do either.
Well, yeah, granted, but still.
I'm just not
Yeah,
actually
I
here,
guess that
but
makes
yes.
sense. Alright, fine. You know what, fine. Just go. It's not like we're gonna miss you.
Wow.
I'll miss you. Bye.
I mean, we'll miss your company, Jesus Christ. But we're not going to miss an extra pair of hands. We'll be able to work just as hard as we always do.
See? Everybody wins. Right, Itachi? High five! And Itachi leaps up and high fives her. And they leave.
Or just puts one hand up to his head.
Rumi at the till looks up and says, "What's this happened?"
I think Minoru just got poached. I don't even know why.
I mean, you were paying her, but she didn't work. So like, why would she go someplace? But assuming they're gonna expect her to work.
I don't know. Does any of you know anything about Tease a Crowd? Is she just really into tea?
Maybe we should go investigate.
No. She's her own person. I don't want to, spy on her or anything. But if any of you just have,
I stand up.
overtaken by
You're
curiosity.
right, it's not our business. I am not gonna go investigate. Wink, and I walk out.
Look, wait, maybe we should, she, follows afterwards, not really catching that you were doing the wink thing. Absolutely convinced she has to, that maybe you should.
Art just runs after you. Dude, wait! The store's still open!
We're already gone.
Oh god, I
Sure,
guess
I'm
it's
sure
just you
Han
and
can
me.
take care of it.
I guess it's just you and me, Han. Han is also not there.
Where'd he go?
Han is out back.
Yeah, Han is on back.
No, this is a good time for you to roll in badly.
Yeah. Han,
I mean, if the roller skates thing did work out, you'd be so much more powerful.
they're rollerblades. God damn it.
I think that would be the next scene. It just cuts over to the parking lot or wherever you're practicing. And Ark just picks you up. Break time is over. You're the only employee I have left. You're not leaving. Let's go.
Rolls Han back into the store.
Han's still struggling to maintain his balance, but he is falling less. He is getting better already.
You're not taking the blades off.
He's very committed. Well, he'll take them off now and walk in, but yeah.
No, I was going to say you should keep them on though, like one of those old style diners.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, see, the thing is,
Alright, by the way, was anybody trying to get a token and I missed it?
Not
Would
yet.
act childish when someone expects better count here?
Um,
At some point during this sequence, it'll come up.
Yeah, I feel like walking off your job without telling anyone qualifies for that, even if it is to go to a different job.
I don't see do something thoughtful for somebody else, but fuck them if they notice you doing it on here, so I don't think I got a token.
Alright, it doesn't look like any reds are set off.
I'm overcommitting myself to another cause.
Okay,
I'm snooping.
yeah. I was also going to suggest, do what's best for someone when they wouldn't agree.
No, I'm not doing that.
I'll take of someone else's burden, I guess, by taking on all of the job.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Taking-
Or
Or failing to react and overexert yourself.
Yeah, you didn't react in time. You didn't skate on out of there.
He's still bad at skiing.
Alright, so I guess we're going to cut over to Tease a Crowd, where Midori is.
So yeah, it's just a really nice tea shop. The walls are just lined with teas, and Midori's at the counter when you come in.
Is she actually working, or is she at the counter on her 3DS?
I mean, technically she's actually working, except there's nobody else here at the moment, so she's
Right.
just, drawing circles with a finger. Oh, hey guys, what's up? Care to buy some tea? I've only been on the job for 2 minutes, so forgive me for just reading out of this book when you want to ask me about how the teas are.
No, I didn't walk in. I'm snooping. I'm sneaking. You misunderstand.
Oh, so you mean Kitsuri walked in?
Yeah, definitely. I absolutely failed to get the message of what we were doing, and I just boldly strode in.
I heavy sigh and just stay on site.
It's rough being the only brain cell in the group, isn't it, Rumi?
Wait, you say that as if there are more than one kind of tea.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's Arizona
There's-
and Snapple. There's two kinds.
Yeah, okay, so there are two kinds of tea. Arizona tea and the tea that comes in little bags.
And then there's the kind that's half tea and half lemonade.
We
It's
call
an
that
Arnold
hybrid
Palmer.
tea.
It's an honored Palmer.
Look, I've been looking through this manual right here, and let me tell you, I've discovered a thing called an oolong.
Ooh.
So there's more than one. There's at least two. Wait, nope. Green. 3 teas. 3 teas. And then subcategories. But I think they're colored pencil colors. They're all just blues and whatnot, but with fancy names, I think.
Do they taste different?
Probably. They don't let me have free samples.
They're not stopping you.
Those mall stores classically give so many free samples out.
Yeah,
my
unless you're
my
in-
cousin worked at Tivania, and anything you wanted, they would just give you some.
It was foolish of me to get this job without actually sampling anything, but apparently T-Knower is a completely different job, so whatever. I just gotta know this stuff because customers get real mad if the cashiers don't know everything either.
That makes sense. I mean, it doesn't because I'm very confused, but like, I assume that you would say things that make sense. So I believe you. Also, wait a minute. It's just gonna like just now notices that she's the only one in here. Where'd you go?
I'm right here still. I can't leave. I'm on the clock.
No, not you. Oh, they're out there. Hold on. And then she just like walks off and comes back. It's like, why did you go in? I thought that we were supposed to see what was going on.
I was gonna do that sneakily.
Yeah, I feel like you've earned a token at some point during this whole conversation.
I had utterly failed to recognize
Failed to react and suffer the consequences.
the consequences of looking like a dumbass.
It was either that or head into danger without your squad, but you weren't really in danger. You're just a dumbass.
I was in danger of purchasing tea and becoming dangerously uncool. How are you gonna learn anything if you don't go inside though? I'm very confused.
I just walk in, look around. So Midori, I have a legit question for you.
All right.
How do I stop 30 to 50 bar law?
Your former coworker, like, Ark was paying all of us, and you just didn't do anything, and you were still getting paid. So why would you leave to go into a job where presumably you have to actually do work while getting paid?
I mean, I wasn't getting paid because apparently the Ranger stuff's pro bono, and like I just hung out there.
Wait, you're getting paid?
You should all be getting paid.
I'm getting paid, but I actually do work.
That's why he keeps trying to give me those envelopes. I should open one of those eventually.
No, I'm sorry. I love this idea of Ark just being like terrified that there are going to be repercussions for him not paying his employees because they don't check their mail.
You gotta sign that W-4. It's important.
You're going to get slammed by the IRS if you do not accept these checks.
I mean, look, I wasn't on the clock because I didn't really want the job in the first place.
Well, I mean, I guess we all just kind of got press ganged into it.
Pretty much.
You can still hang out with us though, right?
Yeah, when I'm not on the clock here. So, let's see, we've got school. I mean, I'm still available during school.
Oh yeah, legally, you have to go to school still.
And morally, I still have to fight monsters with you. By the way, I didn't actually look to see if there's any new stores across the way, but I'm sure they'll make themselves known if there is.
Well, I guess, okay.
Look, I accepted Nutachi at the time, because, you know, I was feeling sad. Robot animals seem pretty rad. And you know what? Nutachi, pretty cool robot. Never really wanted a job, though.
Wait a minute. So, I think Suki has finally had an idea that is terrible. And she pulls you back to the front of the store. So, like, she can't hear you and be like, wait, does this mean that we, like, that she's not gonna hang out with us anymore?
She literally just said no. That's not what it means.
But like, if she's never, like, but it doesn't count if you just hang out at school. That's not real.
I don't follow.
It's true, school's just a dream.
Do you not just shut off your entire brain at school and then wake up at home?
No, I learn.
Yeah, I'm out of options. I don't know.
Every time Kitsuki opens her mouth, we learn something new and horrifying about her.
Yeah, I don't have any memories of that place. Well, except for like the thing with the pencil sharpener, that was pretty great.
Jeez.
Do they do that a lot?
Kitsugi, I think I mean, Midori has her job, so that's fine. Like, it's okay that she doesn't work at the pet store, because she never actually really worked at the pet store in the first place. So I guess there's nothing insidious here. Like, I don't see any mascots in this tea store. So
Yeah,
I'm sure it's
been
just
here for a while, so
I'm
like.
sure it's just a normal store full of tea.
Yeah, that's fair. It's probably nothing.
You're not going to get menaced by a giant teacup later.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That would never happen.
Sinisty, no.
Oh, I guess.
Alright.
We gotta go get back to work then.
Yeah.
So Han is trying to reach things on the top shelf. He's tall, but he's not that tall. He has to get one of those little step ladders. And he's getting on the stepladder, and he needs Ark to hold the stepladder, which is difficult because Ark's got this crutches and stuff, so that he doesn't fall. Because we gotta follow the right safety protocols. And as he's putting this stuff up on the top shelf, he pauses mid-lift and says, just out of nowhere, Ark, have you ever wanted to be wrong about everything more than anything else in the world?
Han, can we talk about this after you put that thing on the shelf?
And then it just falls and hits him, and they both fall, and now they are on the ground in an anime way. With like the swirlies in their eyes and everything.
How many years has Rumi been gone? It feels like it's been years.
Walk back in. I have boba, and I'm like, hey, I got this at the tea store. It's pretty good.
Oh, thank God you're here.
They're just laying on the floor right now. Honda's trying to get up.
What happened? I was gone for like 10 minutes.
And you can't be gone for like more than 3.
I'm trying to decide what kind of pet supply thing hit them. I think it was like bags of cat litter. Those are heavy.
Robo cat litter, yeah.
The robo poops.
Mm-hmm.
The robo poops, yeah.
There's a shelf next to it with the robo poop refills.
God, this is the dumbest store.
It's all up to the consumer how much verisimilitude they want.
Alright, so Rumi, you immediately go to the store. Kitsuri, I need to introduce the mascot of this week, so you're stopped outside by this mascot. It's a Grim Reaper from one of the Persona games. I've forgotten which one.
Nice. It's Hot Topic is attacking us. Do continue.
No, Kitsuri, as you're walking by, the mascot stops you and says, "Hey, life is meaningless. Eat at Arby's," and hands you a coupon. And that's it.
Actually, I am kind of craving that mint shake that they have. Thanks.
Oh shit, that worked. I mean, life is meaningless. Eat at Arby's.
I repeat this back verbatim in the exact same voice because I assume it's some kind of like esoteric greeting.
He doesn't. The person in this mascot suit does not get Nihilist Arby's Twitter, so he just says, "Life is meaningless. Eat at Arby's." To everyone. Yes, this is the latest co-opting of a meme by a brand. Arby's is now officially endorsing Nihilist Arby's Twitter.
So
Oh no.
And this is him. This is the man who runs the account. This is the Arby's Nihilist.
So, does he say anything else though? Like, I just take it. It's like, yeah, I think I'm
Nope.
gonna do that.
He just gives you the coupon, says life is meaningless. Eat at Arby's.
I guess I'll stick it in my pocket and go back to work, or well, go stand over Han and see how long it takes him to get up.
He's almost up now. He's also helping Ark
Look at
out.
that.
Get your stopwatch out.
Nice.
Time it.
Like, click right as you get up to your feet.
Yep.
Did Kitsuki audibly say that's nice at Han helping Ark? I need to know.
Yes.
He just instantly drops him.
Oh
no.
Oh, that's nice. Well, that
I'm
was
not
less
nice.
nice, but 50-50.
You just drop Ark on the ground?
Yep, just let him go. Nope.
Ah!
Hey, boss.
Alright, I mean, that sounds like you're interfering with a reliable course of action. So Ark, puts his hand on the wall, like, fine, I'll get up myself, it's okay. I can do this. Alright, well, thankfully no one's actually come in yet, so maybe it'll just be a slow day. We won't have to worry about any nonsense.
I like how the Nihilist Arby's mascot talked to the one person who is not the extreme nihilist in this party. We need to keep Han away from the nihilists, is what I'm saying. Let's just get a group effort together.
Well, the thing is, this guy's not even a real nihilist. He just has a script, and the script is one line. If you try to have an actual conversation about nihilism with it, he's just gonna brush you off. He's not gonna care.
Since when is there a depressed Arby's next door?
What? Oh god. That didn't take long at all. They're already back. Ark grabs his crutch and walks over to the door and looks out the window. Yep, they're back. They've set up shop.
God damn it, Thomas Arby.
I'm trying to think of, like... I can't remember what the Arby's logo is. Is it like a big hat?
It's the big
Yes.
hat. It says Arby's in it.
Okay, yeah. The owner is now wearing that hat over his face.
Nice.
to disguise himself.
Very good.
Anyway, Kitsugi, let me get you that W4 you to fill out.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
Once everybody's distracted, Han will just make sure Ark is okay while everyone's not looking, and then go back to pretending he doesn't care.
Alright, so a little bit of time passes. Midori, do you need to have any sort of scene?
Midori's just working the tea shop. Yeah, people are coming in, buying stuff, and at one point stuff slows down. Midori's like, man, surprisingly tiring. Hey, Utachi, can you go grab my water bottle real quick? I think I left it over on that table.
Has Itachi just been, like, in the pocket of your hoodie?
Yep, in the pocket.
It's pretty normal to keep him, right?
Yeah.
Though, Utachi, usually is a little more active, but maybe he's just been in the pocket because he doesn't want to interfere with work.
So Itachi sort of pokes his head out, looks at you, looks at the water bottle, seems to just blink a few times, and then, like, the full body shake and walks over towards the water bottle.
You doing alright, buddy? You just wake up from a nap or something? You seem a little off.
Utachi's making, like, very loud whirring noises, which he normally doesn't.
Oof. I think maybe you need the water? You sound like you're... Well, no, you're a robot. I don't think I can just pour water on you to stop overheating it. You stop, I'll get it myself, and he picks him up. Yeah, I usually don't take a nap in the middle of the day, but whatever.
Meanwhile, back at Pet Spy, you all have a customer.
Welcome to Pet Spy, home of the cyber pets. That's right. That's what it is, right? I look at art.
We call them a different thing every time anyways. I think officially they're artificial, so I can make the HOA pun, but I usually just call them robo-pets. But in walks Shinju. She says, "Oh, this must be that wonderful store I heard Dre talk about so much. Midori used to work here, right?"
Work is,
It's very generous to say that.
Yeah, very generous.
She laughs super loud at that. Like, you all thought you were just playfully ribbing, but she's taking it dead seriously.
Laugh? Please tell me it's the laugh. Yes?
But, like, uncomfortably long and loud. Like, she's very happy that you all just insulted Midori. Well, I heard she wasn't working. Excuse me. I heard she wasn't taking up space here anymore, so I thought I'd come check it out. Well, these all look cute.
Yeah,
and she just starts
let me know if you have any questions.
walking around, like, cooing at all the animals and petting them. Meanwhile, in the hallway of the store, you see somebody else talking to the Arby's Reaper. You hear the "Life is meaningless, eat it, Arby." The man he's talking to says, "You're doing a wonderful job," and turns around to reveal that it's Lewis.
He just walks right up.
It's this fucker.
I'm tired of this guy. As supposed to mean I had enough of this guy? That's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm about to do a thing and I'm gonna get yelled at
No, I believe in you.
by you all.
We're a very cooperative group. You can do this.
Shinju walks to the doorway of the store and yells, "Daddy, Daddy, help me pick out a robo-pet."
Okay.
I fucking do it! Do you do that in character?
No.
Does Han do that?
I can't believe Lewis fucks.
Excuse me, what? No.
Lewis walks over and says, "I don't want to set foot in that store. Just pick the one you want and I'll pay for it."
Kitsuki sees Lewis and waves.
Maybe she's adopted.
"If you absolutely must know," he says, setting foot in the store
No,
because
I
he
don't
pissed him
wanna
off
know
too
whether or
much.
not you fucked.
"I am her stepfather.
Okay.
I married her mother a few months ago."
Aw, congratulations.
Well, I guess hand over that credit card then.
Lewis, like, makes a big show of handing the credit card over. Like, it takes, like, a solid minute for him to let go of his credit card and let you take it.
I'm sure he has like one of those fucking like bougie like platinum cards or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
like the black
real
card,
bullshit.
The platinum card, yeah. I'm gonna help her get. Oh God. We're gonna give her a hamster. I think a hamster will be good for her.
So you go to bring her the hamster. She, messes around, plays with it a little bit. But then she, like, glances over at a closet that's not been fully closed.
Mm.
And sitting in the middle, completely motionless of the closet, is an owl.
Oh.
And she says, "Oh, is that one for sale?" And she wanders over to it.
I don't know. I mean, it might kill you if you don't learn a second language. You might want to be careful.
It's just an owl.
It might also fuck your mother. That's not a non sequitur, by the way. Does everyone know that the Duolingo owl talks about wanting to fuck your mother?
It's true.
Much like Sans Deltarune.
Anyways, everyone, including Art, goes to say, like, I don't know about that one.
Oh, is Lewis also distracted?
Lewis is still making a show of trying to part with his money.
I really would like him to be distracted, please.
Distracted from you, or okay, yeah. So he looks away and looks at the closet.
All right.
Sorry, it took me a second to like. What is he being distracted from?
I write down his credit card number and the security code in the back of it. And I slip it in my pocket.
Oh, and the
Oh, this is so gonna get Ark sued.
And then I go and say, "I'm sorry, this card was declined. We don't accept this brand. Unfortunately, we don't just take Diners Club. I need like a normal credit card."
Oh my god, yes, I have a normal credit card. But as Shinju approaches the closet with the owl in it, the owl is started off facing away from the door, but as she gets close, there's like a purple spark that travels along the ground from Shinju to the owl, and then the owl's head suddenly turns around and stares directly at
maybe she's been chosen.
Shinju.
That's great.
But just the head, right? Because it's not
Just the head, because it is an owl.
Well, I mean,
I think the rest of you would, the rest of you that are voicing concerns would keep voicing concerns, but Ark stops. Shinju goes, picks up the owl, and says, "Oh, this one's kind of creepy looking. I like it. I think it has a motion sensor in it because it turned around and knew when I was coming."
Weird.
Well, I'll bring that up, I guess.
I mean,
Owls are so spooky, though.
all right. So just there's two modes on this one. One of them will let the head spin all the way around. The other one will keep it realistic like an actual animal. You get to pick.
I kind of want her to switch it to the unrealistic one and then break the switch off. But that would be mean to the owl, so I won't. But like, she switches it to unrealistic full 360-degree head. She activates the magnets in the head so it can turn around all the way.
All right.
Also, because this was in the closet, it's not an officially listed item, so like you can charge whatever you want. You think you can get away with?
Oh yeah, it's so expensive.
it's limited edition.
Are any of these light tokens?
Probably not.
Yeah, I feel like they are.
And would you like the extended warranty?
Oh yeah, gotta do that upsell.
Oh, absolutely. If this breaks, I gotta be able to replace it somehow.
Oh yes, I punch in some random numbers. And it prints out like the receipt is like 12 feet long.
It's like
'cause
CVS.
it has, like, the whole,
Yeah, it's like the shit you
it's
get
got
at
like the
CVS.
terms of service on it. Like, all right, you just gotta pop this in the mail, and that will be your warranty registration.
Alright. Well, this is probably the most painless encounter I've had with you all. And you just paid thousands of dollars.
Have a nice day, Lewis. Here's your card back.
He snatches it out of your hand. Like, uncomfortably quickly. Alright, Shinju, we're leaving. Well, I'm leaving as quickly as I can. You can take your time, I guess.
Bye.
As he steps out, Lewis just takes like a deep breath, centers himself.
Shinju, treat it nice.
Of course! I'm not gonna be mean to it. Am I, owl? And the owl like turns its head again to look at her and doesn't say anything. Alright, so they're gone.
Hey, Ark, I think I just covered the lease for like a year.
I thought you were gonna say, "Hey, Ark, good news, you can retire."
It's not that much.
The thing is, in this session, we've established Ark is like a real stickler for following the law, and this is massive fraud.
No, it's not. I mean, he didn't ask. He's also our enemy.
This
I
one
mean,
had-
he's not that much of a stickler. Technically, these things aren't even really legal.
Yeah, I mean, look, it had no listed price. It's a limited edition. It's the only one of its kind. You gotta charge its value. I'm not here. I'm talking to the Arby's, but I'm just...
No, Ark calls his lawyer, and that's what his lawyer tells him.
value is made up, Ark.
All right. Han, what do you want to do with Nihilist Arby's
Okay,
Reaper?
So he's walking up, he's going over the Reaper because he's getting curious now. He's heard this guy say nothing matters anymore. And he's gonna pull out his vape and he's gonna start vaping right there in the mall. Just try and fucking stop him. And he's gonna be like, so you really believe that stuff? That nothing matters and the universe doesn't care about us?
Life is meaningless. Eat at Arby's.
No,
And he hands you a coupon and tries to walk away a little quickly.
But do you really believe it?
Sir, this is a minimum wage job. They don't pay me enough to believe in this.
Sir, this is an Arby's.
Stands there.
Don't make me break key fob, but this is a role.
I mean, you should be doing something that you believe in.
In this
Are you?
economy?
Han stops for a minute, looks down at the little ticket that says, "No, I'm not. I don't think there's anything in this world worth protecting or worth saving, and I'm not anybody's savior. I just want to hurt people." And then he's just gonna punch the fucking mascot guy. He's gonna.
Oh!
Wow, that's really depressing. Maybe you should go see cancel. Oh god!
Oh my god, my arm! Oh, right in the arm! Oh, that really hurt! What is this mascot costume made out of? Styrofoam? It didn't protect me at all!
And then once he's got this dude in a hold, he's gonna be like, wait, there's a person in there. He just thinks that this is like one of those, the empty ones like usual. But no, there's an actual person inside of there. Poor Jack.
Oh dear.
There he goes!
Dead
That's
man.
you throwing him over the bench!
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, don't worry about it.
Have we now had 2 chairs break on stream?
Now middle of the table.
Alright. At this point, Thomas Arby's, I think we're calling him now, runs out of the Arby's with his stupid hat on and goes, "Oh, it's you again."
I can't believe there's actually a person in here. I
What,
didn't
what do you mean you can't believe there's actually a person? What do you think my budget is for this? You think I'm getting fully free roam animatronics?
I mean, that would be
We
awesome.
just got shitty costumes and people.
That's a first.
The guy in the Reaper costume goes, "Hey, the shitty costume's good people. I didn't mean for shitty to do. Look, I'm on your side."
No, don't look. First off, fucker, don't call this guy shit. He cares about shit and shit.
I didn't.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I said the costume was shit. You just assaulted one of my employees. Don't lecture me.
I thought it was empty. Also, fuck this. You don't understand. We've been running into these damn things, and they've been empty the entire time and just starting shit with us.
Empty the whole time.
I just assumed this damn thing was programmed to give a fuck.
Programmed to give a fuck.
Who would actually give a damn about anything if they could choose not to?
Sir, this
Look,
is
kid, you're not satting your way out of this. I don't care how depressing your life is. You punched one of my employees in the arm.
This isn't even my episode.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure what to do with
I guess
Midori at this exact moment.
yeah, I guess Han's not gonna apologize. He's not gonna back down. I guess somebody's just Ark will just grab him and drag him into the store and apologize a bunch.
Yeah, I feel like Ark is going to grab Han and try and shove him back into the store and out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you fight back or resist?
Only in that way that people who don't actually want to keep fighting do. Right? It's make a show
Alright,
of not wanting, make a show of wanting to continue, but honestly, thank you, bro, for getting me out of here.
I kind of wanted Ark to just full on hurl you into the store with superhuman strength.
Han deserves it.
Because
Do it.
canonically he can do that, and I wanted an excuse to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're just hey, I'm not done with him.
I swear to God, if I see you again, and you're just an empty suit fucking with me, there's gonna be trouble. And then he just gets tossed in.
Alright.
Whoa, guess what? It's mid-roll time. So, as always, if you want to catch us live, you can do so by visiting twitch.tv/Batalisk. We stream every Wednesday at 8:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to watch through our older works, we have various threads on lp.zone. You can find them done by Loka or Jenner. I don't think I've done anything. I've done a few, but they're all under the We Stream Games thread in the Streams section, rather than the Let's Play section. Tricky like that. Otherwise, I'm doing my best to try and get things up on this channel so it's all a little more centralized. Monster Hearts will be up eventually. Shrug. But for the time being, I guess you'll just have to settle for me moving on to the music credits. So, as always, the main theme is I Won't Fall Apart by Jagger from Initial D. From the Jet Set Radio soundtrack, we have Humming the Bass Line and Rock It On by Hideki Naganuma, Mischievous Boy by Castle Logical, Dunny Boy Williamson Show, Yappy Feet and Miller Ballbreakers by David Soul, Super Brother by Guitar Vader, been waiting to use that one, and Everybody Jump Around by Richard Jacques. Then from the Jet Set Radio Future soundtrack, we've got What About the Future, and Bachfresh by Richard Jacques, Kodo Stomp by the Latch Brothers, I'm Not a Model, but just like the beginning bit, and also a radio edit version by Russell Simmons, and then Humming the Bassline DS Remix and Funky Dealer by Hideki Naganuma, and then a whole lot of miscellaneous songs. Azalea Town by Goichi Noze from Pokemon Gold and Silver, Accumula Town by Shota Kageyama from Pokemon Black and White, Technopathic Poppin' Disco 80s Mix by Hideki Naganuma from Ollie King, and then What You Need and Raising Me Up from the Sonic Rush soundtrack, both done by Hideki Naganuma. Boy, I didn't even know Ollie King existed before the other day, where it just showed up on my YouTube front page, and it's like, oh, Technopathic from a different game. Gotta listen to that. So, that's kinda wild, but hey, Ark's got a new theme that's maybe a little more fitting than what I was planning for him. 'Cause I have been wanting to use Oldies But Goodies from Jet Set Radio Future. If you know that song, I'll use it later anyway, but if you do know it, then you could probably see why maybe I haven't used it yet. It hasn't fit most situations, but anyway, I'm rambling. Let's just get back to the show.
But when we come back, I think we're going to be at Midori's house. It is now, let's say it's been 3 days. Do you work Saturdays at your tea job?
She probably does, because she's just starting out, so hours are weird.
Alright, so you're just now waking up for your Saturday morning shift.
Hey, Tachi, how's it going?
Utachi does not respond.
Oh no!
Usually you're the first one to hit snooze.
Utachi continues to not respond.
Midori just sits up, looks at Utachi, and his little charger is like, what has been up with you?
Utachi starts to move, but it is very robotic. He is acting more like a toy designed to mimic a ferret than the actual ferret he normally acts like.
Aw.
Wait, I know what's going on. Geez. This job's hitting you real hard, isn't it, Utachi? Geez. I'm sorry, buddy, but, you gotta earn money somehow, you know?
As you're talking, Utachi stops completely dead in his tracks.
Oh, come on. And Midori, picks him up, puts him back in the charger, just does that repeatedly.
The display on the charger displays low battery no matter what.
Oh, geez, come on. I can't quit. Oh, geez. Oh. Look, we'll go to the park when we have a day off, all right? Come on. Just hang in there a little bit, all right? We'll just go in. We've got tomorrow off. So we'll go do that walk in the park or whatever. We'll talk with everyone, okay? They'll be fine. And I'm gonna take this, and she takes the charger out. And I'll go ask Ark what's wrong with it, okay? We'll get this fixed. So I feel like this counts.
Utachi blinks again, and his eyes go from being lit up to no longer lit up.
So I think this scene counts as either endanger someone instead of accomplishing something, or fail to react and cower. Either way.
All right. I guess we will just have to cut to the pet store.
So yeah, Midori storms in, slams the charger on the table. I need a new one of these. It's not working.
Who would be?
Oh my god.
Who would be there? It'd probably be me.
It's haunting you.
Yeah. Ark is probably like taking another nap in the basement.
I'm probably doing homework while I'm manning the register. I'm the only one that can do it aside from Art, because like you can't trust anyone else.
How distracted is Rumi?
Moderately.
Like, okay, good. All right, so Han will like immediately grab the charger and be like, "Is Itachi okay? Is everything okay?"
Yeah, like let me actually talk to somebody who cares.
Whoa.
And she turns back to Rumi, pulls out Utachi. Look at my boy! Look at my boy! You see this boy? He's not doing good. So, you know, I've got a shift, and I don't think my manager is gonna okay me hanging around here, because I can say, hey, my ferret's dying, but the moment they know it's a robot, they're gonna fucking drag my butt back into the store. So I'm gonna be back on my break. Please get one of these to charges, all right?
I will do my best.
All right, and it cuts back to Utachi, who now has a sling on him, as if it'll help.
I like that idea. I think the motions he's making is that he's like very rigidly moving his head back and forth.
Well, okay, I'm gonna investigate. Is the battery dead, or is it something else?
I mean, the battery's dying. I tried putting him on the charger, but it's not doing anything.
No, I'm asking the GM.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
It'll work.
Your character aligns very well with that. So, the electrical charge in the battery is fine. In fact, it was like displaying as low for Midori, but when you look at it, it says fully charged.
I look out the door after she has left. This is strange. I'm gonna hit the power button.
All right. Did you say turn it on?
Yeah.
All right. It walks over to one of the balls that you all keep. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? The ferret on a ball that's just a motorized ball with a cloth thing on the end of it.
Yes.
Yep.
It grabs a hold of one of the ball and just sort of like is limply dragged around by it.
No.
Oh no.
I'm gonna send a token, and I'm going to address immediate problem with a level head, and grab this thing and actually figure out what's wrong.
So I think the quickest way for you to figure out what is wrong would be to ask for Ark's help, unless you're specifically trying to not have Ark's help.
No, I want to do it.
Okay. Then in that case, you're looking for a manual for the ferrets specifically. You've already glanced through your Kestrel's manual and didn't see anything, so you think, well, maybe there's something specifically for ferrets. So as you're looking around,
Oops.
Jeez.
hurling books off the shelves as you try and find it. Actually, no, that is what happens. As you're looking around, one of the books falls from a shelf, and it's not professionally bound the way the others are.
Like a printout, just a bunch of loosely pages stapled together.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of pages put into a binder, and these are all signed and written by Ark, and they're a weird mishmash of things that you recognize happen with your RoboPets, but not with other RoboPets.
Well, I'm gonna read this, I guess.
All right, and then I'll just cut straight to the information you need. These particular RoboPets draw their power from something within the basement of the shop. He doesn't say what it is. He just says the shop's basement over and over again. They don't need to be brought directly to it most of the time, but if they're too far away for too long, they might have to be brought directly to it.
Is that why Ark's always sleeping in the basement?
Who'd
I
want
think it
that?
cuts away. It cuts away on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but let's see what Kitsugi is up to. Give you a chance to earn another token.
So, I think with the ennui of trying to figure out who to match herself against, Kitsuki has returned to a much older hobby, which is longboarding by herself, just around town, because it's not quite like as competitive, so she doesn't feel like she needs to match herself against someone, and like figures that she could just longboard all the way to the mall just as a place to go.
Is Mad World playing in the background?
Yes.
And I find it kind of funny.
But actually managing to feel like, like maybe I like this just for this and not because I can be better than somebody. Which is about the time that she shows up and figures that since she's here, and she also doesn't have any money because she once again forgot to cash all of her checks. She kind of I think she wanders around the food court, looking at the ominous, what's it called?
The Arby's Reaper?
Yes,
Or
the Arby's Reaper, wondering if perhaps they have one of those mint shakes.
Life is meaningless, seated at Arby's.
I know, right? Can I have another coupon?
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
I broke my arm at this job, I don't give a fuck anymore.
If you have enough coupons, do they can you have a free one?
No. I'm sorry, they're smart enough, they figured that out first. They don't let people do that.
Dang. Well, we'll figure it out some way, I promise. She just slaps on the shoulder and wanders off.
Oh! She slapped him on the arm that was broken.
Because Hana has to do the egg thing also.
Oh right, huh?
Does not have to do the egg thing.
Because he also broke someone's arm or broke something.
Didn't drop
Yeah.
it, though.
Broke his arm. That's probably worse.
Yeah, Han's also been instructed on doing the egg thing.
Dang.
Han just takes the egg and eats it whole.
Yep.
Wasn't hard boiled. Overall.
Alright, so Midori, do you want to just, do you want to have a full scene or just briefly describe what's happening at your shift to the tea shop?
Yeah, I think Midori's just Itachi's taking up most of her attention. She's just half working at her job. And then I think we flash back to some time ago. An unspecified amount of time, don't ask.
Don't ask, we won't tell you.
Midori's just sort of wandering around the mall, looking kind of down, and she passes Pet Spy, and she just walks in on a whim.
So I'm going to describe the first, actual initial meeting, and you can veto it if you want.
Mhm.
You walk past a row, filled with ferrets, all of which look exactly like Itachi. But as you walk past one, there's, a green spark that runs from, your shoulder to the robot.
Mm-hmm.
And once that happens, its eyes light up green. And it walks off of the shelf and starts following you.
Midori does not immediately notice.
I was going to say, when you hear something and turn around, Itachi jumps back on the shelf and pretends to not have moved.
And so, I feel like by now, Rumi and Kit might have been working here. Someone's gonna ask her.
I think that I was probably the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We established this, and now I've forgotten because it never matters. But
I was definitely third.
okay, so yeah, Ruby was probably first, and then Kit came second. So, Ruby and Kitsugi, what stupid conversation are you having? That stupid isn't bad, but just a meaningless teen conversation.
Kitsugi, I don't get why you're so obsessed with DJ Beats.
look, it's like every superhero has to have like that one villain, right? Batman's got the Joker.
Superman has Lex Luthor.
Superman has his inability to talk to women. You know, I don't actually know any other superheroes, but anyway.
Flash probably has someone.
Don't you think it's weird that we've never seen him in school?
I mean, I wouldn't know.
What?
Why? How would I know that?
What do you mean?
I mean, for one thing, like, what if he's just in a different room?
You're causing a time paradox. Stop. Stop. Rumi has to learn this months later. If you tell her now, you'll end the universe.
No, I feel like it should be like
a time paradox.
No, it should be like a different weird fact.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, think about it. Like, think about how many people are in school, and then think about how many rooms there are, and like what? It's like 1,000, and there have to be like 20 rooms. So that's like a lot of people in a room, right? On average, and it's hard to find people.
Our class size averages 25 people.
Here we learn Kitsugi has no sense of scale.
Look, I know that like math is, but them's the numbers. Numbers don't lie.
Does Kitsugi consistently refer to a year as being like 400 days?
A month is 4 weeks. That's just how it is.
If you work out once every other day for 2 weeks, you work out 10 days. That one Jump Boys video made her very
I
mad.
think at this, I'm just staring at her as Midori walks up.
Oh, hey, what's up? I was explaining how it's hard to find people at school because there are too many people. Anyway, how are you?
Yeah, a lot of people. Don't mind me, I'm just here to make fun of the newts.
The news.
Wait, fun of the what?
Midori just points to a tank full of robo-newts.
I mean,
But why would you make fun of them?
Midori just walks over, crouches, sticks her tongue out at them in the most deadpan way he could possibly muster.
As you're doing this, Utachi pokes his head up next to yours and does the same thing.
oh, you found a buddy there, did you?
At least somebody gets it.
Would I recognize this then? To know to.
Yeah, you know that RoboPets normally don't do this.
Hey,
like-
Ark.
Like there are some, like the newts are on a slightly free range mode, but they aren't supposed to jump off the shelf and follow the customers around.
Hey, Ark. I think we have another giveaway.
Hey, I think they got like an update. Sweet.
Yeah, Ark will step out of his office.
The basement.
Yeah, the basement. I feel like he has an office and there's a basement,
Okay.
but he can step out of the basement. He says, "What's going on?"
I think we
Someone
found
new.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll look over, see. I feel. Okay, so here's what I think should be happening. Midori is playing peekaboo with Utachi, but every couple of rounds they switch, and Utachi starts playing peekaboo with Midori, and Midori pretends to get way into it.
Midori's still got like the dark circles under her eyes, just sort of looking still kind of annoyed, but she's into it.
So yeah, Ark will approach Midori. Looks like you found a keeper,
Yeah.
he says to Utachi. And I feel like that's when the flashback would end.
I want to run in there, and I want bad things to happen while I'm gone. We have to eventually have the thing happen. But I run in the tea shop and I say, Midori, I figured it out.
Okay, good. What's the charges problem?
Okay, so a couple things. One, there's no problem. The battery's fully charged. But there's...
Excuse me, there's very much a problem right here. Look at my boy.
No! I hold him up like, no. You gotta come back to the store with me. I'll just show you. It's easier. So...
All right. Hey boss, can I take my 15?
Fine.
So listen. I have some suspicion, and also I know how to fix. come on. And I run back in the store, and I pull open the trap door to the basement.
I think it's a normal door. It can be a trap door if you want, but I've been imagining it is a normal door.
I think it's funny if there's a trap door like in the floor that he like climbs out of.
Yeah, I like the trap door better.
Yeah. There's just a trap door. We have to retcon it now. There's always been a trap door.
Yeah. So I found these handwritten notes from Ark about our pets, and they're not obviously they're different than the other one, right? Like you've noticed that, right?
Yeah. But like...
So apparently there's some kind of something down here that is integral to them functioning at all. And if they're away from it for too long, you gotta bring it back to the thing to just like charge them back, juice them back up.
Seriously?
Which kind of means that like it works at range until they go like completely bunk, but like you gotta stick around the store, otherwise it's gonna keep happening. And I is it like okay? So I'm heading towards the thing. Is there like anything in the way, like a door or anything? Like is it locked? Or, like what is this? Because I don't know if you know what this is yet.
Right. Yeah, I feel like there isn't anything really between the door and the thing you're going towards. You're just going... I was picturing going down a staircase. You can picture climbing down a ladder if you want.
No, I've never actually been down this far.
Alright, so what... You don't even know what the thing is. What are we looking for?
Some kind of power source?
Is it just like a bigger charger?
I don't know. I was imagining like a big orb or something, but I'm not sure.
I'm gonna say it does that thing where like it gets, super dark as you go down, but then it starts to lighten up again. And as it lightens up, you come across what looks like not a super posh, but a pretty nice like waiting room in a hospital. There are fairly nice chairs all sitting around, each with what looks to be an Ethernet cord coming out of the back. And in one of them sits Ark reading a magazine. And he says, "Oh, hey, Rumi Midori. Wait, what are you doing here?" I guess this wasn't off limits, but like, why would you come down here?
I hold up the big packet of notes and such that I've been perusing.
Midori just looks very angry as she pulls out Utachi and just puts him up to Ark's face.
He just limp, doing the long.
Ark is going to scream.
Fix him.
Oh my god!
Fix him.
He immediately shoves Utachi into the seat next to him and like scrambles to grab the cord, and then jams it into a porch on the back of Utachi's neck.
What is this? Where do those cords go?
Alright, so the cords go to the power source we use for the... I've been calling them the good models of the Robo-Pets.
Hey, that's rude to the other robots. Except the newts, they deserve it.
The other robots don't have feelings. That's the difference between the ones like Utachi and the ones like the newts.
Robots don't have feelings. You're just like all those studies that say like cats hate being pet because you're dumb.
Dory, how long has this been going on? You seem really stressed out.
Look at my boy. Look, we found out about the whole radiating power source thing.
Oh, the wireless charging, and it's a little iffy. Yeah. Says it should work fine unless you're gone for a really long... Oh.
How did you not think of this?
It's never come up before. Look, until about 2 months ago, I was the only one that used this stuff, and I don't leave here very often.
Wait, hold on a second. I look at like the back of Ark's neck.
Yes, as he says that, he stands up and pulls a cord out of the back of his neck.
I back up. What? Hold on, what? Are you a robo-pet?
He pulls the neck of his shirt down a little bit, points to some of the robotics, the cybernetics he has. Like, you saw this, right?
Yeah, we saw him go all bleepy bloopy.
What?
You didn't have any questions about it, so I didn't answer anything. I didn't think you were bothered by it.
No.
I mean, I guess to be fair, I didn't really think about the fact that you also need the same power source as all these other robots, but still.
Are you like an android?
Yeah. Well, you know.
I think I faint.
Jeff, what the hell is happening at your house?
Are you trying to
Don't
climb
worry
Everest?
about it.
Are your cats declaring war on you?
No, there's like a shelf under my end table, under my coffee table. I keep forgetting that it's broken. I keep my feet on it. So,
I'm sorry, it's just been really appropriate every time. It's hilarious. Alright, so I guess I will explain this a little bit more in detail. So the technology that makes my life support, all the android parts as you put them, eventually became the same stuff they used to make the RoboPets. That might sound a little out there, but you would be surprised how many things are just repurposes of other things. I don't think anyone has ever intentionally made an artificial sweetener. It's always they're trying to make something else, and oops, we just made something that tastes sweet. It's like that, but instead of making life-saving technology, they just made really sick toys.
I just like squint at him.
Well, what I'm trying to do is sell enough of these toys that we can eventually funnel some of the profits back into the medical technology. Right now, the wireless charging stuff we use works fine, but a while ago it broke for me.
Limits.
Yeah. Ever since I've been fighting Lewis, it's not worked for me at all, and I've had to come back down here. And even the stuff that was working, I think I've been pushing it too hard, because I've had to bust out my crutches again, and I've not needed those for a while.
So what you're saying is this Lewis
Wait.
guy is an even bigger problem than we thought he was, and
Wait.
I already thought he was a huge pain in the butts.
Now I'm confused again. Are you an android or a cyborg?
Cyborgs are the ones with organic parts, right?
Cyborg.
Says Ark.
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm a cyborg. Sorry.
Oh.
I forgot. Oh,
Don't worry, Dragon Ball Z also forgets all the time.
I'm as much of a cyborg as anyone with prosthetics. Now that I'm thinking about this, now that I'm like less caught off guard, what's all this cyborg talk?
I was trying to. No, I wanted to clarify, like, if someone built you or if you were, like, had stuff put on you.
I had stuff put on me.
Like, are you Mega Man or are you, like, Cyborg?
I'm a cyborg. Like from
Okay.
Teen Titans, yeah.
Yes. That's what I was thinking of, yes. Okay. That's less, I'm less unsettled.
No, I was not built. I'm not some horrible animatronic gone wrong.
Let's go away from that. Speaking of horrible animatronics gone wrong.
Right, so who is left in the store? I think it's Han?
And Han is just standing there, like, still recovering from Midori, accusing him of not caring.
God, it's been an interesting morning for you, huh?
Yeah.
As you are forlornly staring into whatever distance,
Mm-hmm.
you hear the door open, and in walks the Arby's Reaper. He says, "It's hard, isn't it? Caring about others? So much easier to just let things happen."
Finally. Han sits up a little bit and looks over and says, "Yeah, I mean, no matter how much I pretend and posture that I don't care, it doesn't work, my dude. I still care. I just want to know how to stop caring because it hurts, and I'm tired of hurting all the time."
Luckily for you, there's one surefire way to never care about anything again. And he rears his scythe back.
Hey, Mr. Arby's guy, can I get another O?
Do you immediately transform and stop this?
That's not a coupon.
I don't know, man. He's really cutting the price.
No, you lost it.
Like, yeah, Kitsugi does how this play out is he says this, he rears his scythe back, it like cuts to Han's face, and then when the
Han's
Arby's
face
Reaper swings,
isn't even surprised. He's just looking on, like, passively. He's so sad.
But before the scythe can connect,
Red Dog.
I would think it would just like collide with Kitsugi's sword as she transforms.
Absolutely. That is
All right.
fun.
I didn't even need a coupon. It's not worth Han's life.
No, he's not giving you. That's why he now before he hurts anyone else.
Ah, got it.
I should also mention that the Persona Reaper also has guns, so in case you want to include that.
Thank you for reminding me. I forgot they were in the picture. Let's see. That was a heavy turn. After a heavy turn, I still make a light turn. The Reaper says you can only delay the inevitable, and it like slams the butt of its scythe down on the floor, loud enough that you two in the basement hear this.
Midori looks up. It's like, nah. Hey, roommate, was there like a place that opened up across the way? I actually have not been paying attention.
There was that weird Arby's mascot.
Oh, god damn it.
Reaper. Had a scythe. Sickle.
So, Midori passes Arc and looks at Itachi. He's like, okay, you just get better, okay, Itachi? Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of this. And Midori turns around and heads for the ladder.
Hold on, what? I follow.
As long as Itachi needs to charge, he's gotta charge.
Maybe you should stay down here, since probably could not soak a sickle without your armor.
She is already halfway up the ladder.
I say as I'm yelling off the bottom of the ladder.
Ruby, you better follow her.
I'm following her.
I'll keep an eye on Itachi. I will just hurl him up as soon as he's charged.
Alright,
so now we have transformed. Han, do you transform off screen?
I want to say this is like Han does not transform, but his pet does transform him. Like his pet just forces the transformation. Han is too in shock. But Clyde, transforms over him despite it. So Han, yes, that's what it shows. Like you don't see Han doing any of the stuff that he usually does to transform to show that he is the one activating it. You see Clyde just desperately going, "We're doing this, buddy."
Black Pig.
Get ready. It's time to go. All right, so let's see. It's right now. It's red and black versus the Reaper. Nice color coordination.
Edge.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does anyone want to earn a light turn to get a token? Oh shit! I forgot to mention. Han, I was doing a heavy turn with the Reaper. The heavy turn I wrote for him is reduce one ranger to tears.
Oh.
Which you didn't cry, but that's what I was going for.
Oh yeah, I mean he's definitely
so
crying, but he's crying in his suit now.
You didn't do a light turn, but I did a heavy turn, so I'm giving you a token.
Okay.
So Kitsuki has not looked back. Doesn't really know if Han is transformed or anything. But she knows that like he always got scythed, so that's not going to happen anymore. So I think she's actually going to try and basically kite this Reaper away from the store, like away from Han specifically, without kind of basically by herself, which is incredibly dangerous and also heading into danger.
Right.
I'm actually bringing danger to me.
Yep, that sounds right. Where do you lead the Reaper? He's going to one of these stores we haven't seen yet.
What is the nearest? I know where to lead him. Somewhere where I can get him all confused we can buy time. I'm leading him to the flannel store.
Nice.
He's a jolly good flannel.
Very nice.
You're sacrificing many good flannels in this endeavor. You're just slicing through shirt after shirt.
Han is worth a couple of flannels.
They're all red and black flannels at the moment.
It's symbolic. Alright. So, Kitsugi, the Reaper, actually manages to get like a solid hit on your arm. The scythe connects, the sparks fly, there's a small explosion. You do the exaggerated, ah! So you do get hurt for that. Now somebody else can enter the scene if they want.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with a light turn. Pull a prank gone wrong. A nearby phone rings. Does the Reaper just for no particularly good reason answer it?
Well, depends on how this goes wrong and in what way, because I feel like
So
the peak comedy for me is he pulls out a gun and just blasts the phone away, and he just cuts to you on your cell phone going, "Shit, I thought that would work."
I mean, getting his attention on me at all is a bad idea. But
So fine, he'll pick up the phone and just hello.
hey, so you've heard of a drop in a bucket, right? Have you ever heard of a
Yeah.
bucket drop? And a bucket falls on his head, splashing water on him. Midori steps out from behind some green flannels and just chuckles. You know, Death's not supposed to be the one who gets called. You know that, right?
He slowly takes the bucket off from the top of his head and says, "Do you think that this was a good idea? I understand those who fight death, but to taunt it, aren't you just asking for trouble?"
I mean, like, you're the one who's an Arby's mascot. Who's the worst idea?
Well, I suppose you'll have to answer a question for me.
Is this gonna be a bad chalk zone?
No. I'm hoping you can help me find out if there's an Arby's in the afterlife. And then he cocks one of his pistols.
He has a gun? Why do you have a gun?
It's the Persona Reaper.
Oh no!
Midori does look a bit nervous as she says, well, I mean,
Well,
there's
thankfully, one of
probably
the
an
heavy
Arby's in
turns.
hell.
One of the heavy turns is not murder a player; it's incapacitate someone. So he is going to take aim and just straight up shoot at you.
Yeah, I think Midori just dodges into one of the clothing racks and it just fucking falls over on her.
Oh, I guess I missed. Then he holsters that gun and walks over with his other one. I'll just have to get closer.
Yellow Osprey.
Rumi or Han, do either of you show up?
I show up. I come out of fucking nowhere, transformed, my spear just thrusting this out of like just fucking who knows where.
That's it. Do we go for like the most improbable thing? Does the spear come out of the rack that just collapsed on Midori?
No. Out of like the changing room.
Yeah, I like the fitting room.
It's like, even better.
Oh, give me my
Just
friend!
boom. That's right, there are four of you. Where did you even come from?
I swing my spear at him.
I'm
not answering questions from you, sad man.
Well, of course, why bother answering questions? What do the answers even mean? Are they worth anything? They don't help you in the long run.
Oh wait. Are we doing the the mopey teenager who just read Nietzsche? Hold on,
More or less.
Hold on.
I mean,
this is in character. Hold
that-
on. So he proposes himself. It's kind of like, oh man, everything sucks. Rules are just a way for the weak to control the strong. Nothing matters. She actually makes sure her hair is in her face so that she thrusts it aside with an angry sort of motion.
Through the helmet.
Yes, she attempts. I didn't say she succeeded.
It's one of those scenes where it just cuts to you in like a void. It's just your normal actor.
Oh, right, yeah. It does that from time to time. You're mocking me, aren't you? Second person today that thinks that insulting death is a good idea.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to mock you. I was
Arby's looking
intending to
alien.
ridicule you, which is subtly different. Also, hey, look over there.
He doesn't.
Dang it.
He cocks to the other pistol. Sorry, was that a turn?
Technically, yes, and then I've taken action.
Take action, leaving yourself vulnerable, yeah.
Looks like it's Han's time. So I'm going to just burst in. Finally. I am going to take that shot. That is I believe that is I think this will it might be a regular turn, I believe. Yeah, try to protect somebody in need. So Han just kicks in the door of the Tiza Jolly Good Flannel, and he bursts through all the black flannels, the black leather jackets that are in the tees of Jolly Good Flannel. And there's a couple of pink jackets in there for foreshadowing for the people who are really looking. And he just slides
This is
in
my
front
shit.
Yeah, it just slides in front of Kit and gets hit by the shot. And it's, I guess, yeah, the explosion goes off, but he just continues to stand there like it's fine.
All right. Is that everyone?
Yeah.
Says the Reaper. Is there any more? Is anyone else going to burst into this room?
Reaper, I don't think that nihilism is compatible with a living, breathing manifestation of death who has his own opinion. Because you're ascribing some value to the ending of life, which is incompatible with your philosophy.
I was like,
I
what?
feel like you have a response to this. You did it. You killed him. Yeah, I can't think of like a witty comeback for this. He's probably just gonna yell, "Shut up!" and start fighting again. So he's now clashing with the three of you. Midori, you're underneath a shit ton of clothes.
I've won a more victory.
Midori just fucking climbs out of it and gives Rumi a thumbs up.
So what's going to happen is that the Reaper is going to holster his other gun, look to you, and say, "You know, I really hate to do this after I decided to shoot you, but..." And he pulls out the scythe. "Sometimes the old ways are best." And starts running at you, ready to strike you down with the scythe.
Midori just slowly raises the fucking clothing pole in her hands. It's just like, if you really want to do it the old-fashioned way, technically that's actually a piece of farming equipment. Why don't you go farm, idiot? So yeah, she slams the clothing rack against the scythe as hard as possible. Obviously, it's just split in half, but Midori just fucking ducks and rolls under the scythe while that's going on. So, the last person should burst into the room.
Utachi. Utachi is like sprinting, screaming at the top of his lungs.
My boy!
No, he's just running. He's just there. He takes a running leap towards you.
Alright, so, they high five, and,
Double boost.
Utachi lands on Midori's now open palm, and she snickers. Well, looks like my day's finally improving. You can be as depressing as you want, Arby's Reaper, but, you should know a little first. I might not be the strongest ranger or the smartest or anything like that, but me and Utachi, we're the best team. And like, before she transforms, she's just like spinning Utachi around like a basketball, and Utachi's doing a pirouette, and then he leaps up and they go through the transformation.
Pounce with sheer ferocity. Green ferrets.
Nice. So at this point, the Reaper is going to be taking like swings and swipes at you with its scythe.
Yep, so she's just twirling around, dodging very erratically, blocking some shots with the claws. She just like fucking catches the scythe in midair at one point, and then just like fucking twirls around, just like throws him forward.
So I'm going to say you basically got him on the ropes. This ends with like a kick or something. You like knock him away back towards the front of the store, but not out of the store.
Yep.
Yeah, its scythe like has been snapped in half, and he's panicking about that. All of you are lining up when suddenly a needle comes flying from off screen, runs through both parts of the scythe from top to bottom, and then comes together, reattaching it.
Oh, come on. We were getting to the best parts.
Oh no. Not this time. Look at how intricate this one is. I spent too long on this mascot costume.
Oh, you made a Grim Reaper cloak. Ooh, look at you, so fancy. Ooh, do a sexy nurse next.
I think I've had enough.
I can see it.
Sexy Jen.
He motions out of his arm, and a roll of tape comes flying out of his sleeve and restrains restrains you. He then grabs a giant T-square, which is appropriately shaped slightly like a scythe, and slams the remaining 3 of you against the wall.
Ugh.
He says, "I'm so sick of you awful children ruining the things I've spent so hard working on." And as he says that, Ark jumps back in, full Ranger form, kicks him in the back of the head, grabs him, throws him out of the ball, and goes running after him. And that's it. Lewis is out of the scene now.
Why does that keep happening?
Wow, this time it was Silver kicking Shadow in the back of the head.
Revenge. All right, as you were. Yeah, Midori, you break out of the. None of this has lasting consequences. Midori, you break out of the tape. The rest of you get the T-square out.
Ugh. This is like architecture.
All right, Midori, what's the finishing move look like?
Ah, well, looks like your main support's gone. Hey, Deb, any last words?
The alpaca took the last good ones.
Oh, beaten by an alpaca. Oh, fair enough. And I'm gonna do the Weasel War Dance.
Weasel War Dance.
All right, what does the Weasel War Dance look like as a finishing move?
So, she just leaps in, slashes him. He tries to react and slash, but she's already jumped backwards. And then she just keeps jumping in, slashing. Eventually, just like the scythe breaks again, and the cloak is torn to tatters. And is there anything particularly interesting about anything underneath the cloak, or is he just gonna explode now?
There isn't anything underneath the cloak. It's just a cloak, actually.
So yeah, she just fucking leaps in, slashes it, and you expect to see a body, but like it's just cloth floating in the air, and Midori just looks kind of confused. And then the cloth explodes.
Well, I'm glad that one didn't get bit.
As you say that, you just hear the Foley for a needle entering cloth from off screen.
No!
The gates of hell are open for business.
Storefront change.
I'll say he's got good accuracy at least.
Ruby Wolf. Topaz Osprey. Obsidian Boar. Dagger-like claws shred their prey. Emerald Martin. The apex of apexes. Chimera has been formed.
All right, and then we'll just cut to the Chimera already formed and made.
Yep. Get a token, spend a token. Now we're in a big robot.
Mm-hmm. I feel like at this point the Reaper is actually really freaked out because Death just died. I don't know what to do. He's just nervous, just terrifyingly holding the gun, pointing it directly at you.
Getting big didn't solve all your problems.
Go to hell!
I mean, you tried.
Hell,
but you
which,
failed.
by the way, I now know exists. I was there for 30 seconds and it was awful.
I'm surprised you went to hell. Do mascots have souls?
Yeah, look at this. It raises some really troubling things that we're making canon right now. You can be more responsible. It's raising some uncomfortable questions.
The Reaper is now just screaming and alternating, like firing his pistols at the Chimera.
You know what? I'm in top form today. We're dodging with ease. Just fucking doing them little tiny leaps back and forth.
Yeah, let's go straight to the finishing blow for this, because this is almost too easy of a fight. So, Midori, one more time, I'll let you describe what the finishing blow for this mech looks like.
Alright, so, he's just firing and not doing a very good job, so we're just sort of circling around him. We're just taking the piss at this point. And I feel like he finally takes out his scythe and tries to swing it, and then we catch it in the mech's wolf mouth, and then activate our laser.
Nice.
That is nice.
No, I don't want to go back!
The Reaper is blown to smithereens before his scythe, but then it disappears once he dies.
Alright, it's been taken down. Midori, how tightly are you hugging Utachi?
Oh, so very. I mean, it's kind of hard because he's so tiny, but like, she's hugging as hard as she can.
I feel like that's where
Spin hug.
that's what the scene opens up on.
Midori, I'll
Spin
give you
hugging
that
each
W.
other.
I mean, I already told you I never clocked into that thing. Not a job.
Ark is sitting down and yells from behind the counter. I told you 1,000 times, Midori, it's fine.
Fine. So
You can make
I
a little
charge
bit of a deal
Louis
out of it.
so much that owl, like so much money.
Yeah.
You realize
Yeah,
that,
good news. Everyone's getting a raise.
Yeah, he's not just gonna pocket all the money like most of the quote-unquote job creators. Wow, Ark really is good. Because I was about to say, you realize that
Ark is middle management.
It was our salaries for like 2 fucking years.
Look, fine, I'll accept the getting clocked in, what with the whole saving all the robo-pets business. Because that is strenuous work. But I guess I do have to hang around here a little more often now, don't I? Don't want to have another scare like that.
I mean, if you're here, you might as well be getting paid.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to quit my other job and start working here. Even though,
Just ghost them. Who cares?
You don't owe them
even though
anything.
from the looks...
Do they give you a 2 weeks notice when they fire you? Also, it is really nice having you around, just so you know. But please don't make a big deal out of it.
Alright, well, starting now, I'm effectively working at Pet Spy, but, you know, doesn't really look like there's anything to do, so she pulls out her 3DS and takes a seat. Utachi
Everything
jumps off
is
her
right
shoulder.
again.
Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum.
So Han's gonna go over to Rumi and be like, "Hey, Rumi, couldn't help but notice that you're like smart, and I'm not that. I need your help with something if you're willing to help me.
Everyone can be smart.
Just, are you willing to help me? Look, this is not easy for me, okay?
Yes.
Alright, cool. I need you to help me break into my dad's office tomorrow and get a letter from my sister that he's been keeping from me.
I mean, that's... So, I'll help you, but that's, like, not the same skill set you asked me in the first part of your ask there.
But it is something that you can help me with, so I'll thank you.
I mean, frankly, I feel like Midori would be a better choice on this. Not that I'm not willing.
No, it's gotta be you.
Okay.
And that's Han's scene. He looks relieved. He's like, wow. And like his internal monologue is, maybe they are my friends and maybe I can trust them. And what you hear is like a voiceover as he's standing there, like fighting back a smile at Rumi.
Alright, so, Midori, returns home, and, you know, she just says hi to her parents, and they're like, oh, hey, how did therapy go today? And she's like, oh, you know, pretty good. Job's going well as well, you know, getting money. And then she just sort of goes to her room after a bit, doesn't really end the conversation in any meaningful way. And she just arrives in her room, which, you know, it was dark and zoomed in when we were in the room earlier, but now it's a more backed up shot, so you can see that her room's fairly plain. It's got the essentials and nothing more. She
There's
doesn't
nothing
even
on
have
your
any
walls,
posters.
Jack. Sorry.
And she just sort of
Completely empty.
flops
Unlike
onto
your
her
heart.
bed. And she just sort of flops onto her bed. Utachi leaps up to the table next to her and just, you know, lays down for a nap. Han's living situation continues to worsen.
And his dad doesn't really even interact with these people. He just kind of looks them up and down and just kind of grunts because his dad is just very stern and disapproves of everything.
I don't know what kind of pansy-ass football club this is, but whatever.
With newfound trust in his companions, Han cautiously plans to defy his father for a chance to connect with his sister.
So Han looks through me like, okay, we gotta get into this office. Please, I can't get this. I used to be able to pick this lock, but I can't pick it. I'm having trouble.
But with the PetRanger's powerhouse taking a personal leave, it falls on Kitsuki and Midori to go up against the store's latest threats.
They are the Foundation for the Emancipation of Artificials and Robots, or FEAR.
Next time on Domestic Sentai PetRanger, a sad boy's plea.
Don't fuck with us ever again. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Wait, what about the Ranger says?
Oh yeah, what about the Ranger says? What did we learn today?
Midori was in charge of it, so it didn't get done.
What did we learn this week? Who knows?
I learned that making a character like this that is very sad and depressing and nihilistic is a careful thing that I must make sure to be careful with.
Yeah, because Lord knows I'm not going to be careful with it.
In a time when you are alone, getting an animal companion will help. Adopt a fucking pet, people. That's what we learned today.